Beauty and the Beast is the 1991 Disney American classic directed by Gary Truesdale and Kirk Wise, and this is the first animated feature to ever be nominated for a Best Picture Academy Award. If you don't know the story of Beauty and the Beast, it's about a young woman who goes in search for her father after he is kidnapped into a sinister castle in the middle of nowhere. Once she finds this castle and tries to rescue her father, a beast captures her and holds her captive for a long time. This beast was once a human that was cursed, as well as all his subjects in the castle. There are now house utensils. I grew up with this film, and as a kid, this was one of those films that really thinned the line between what boys liked and what girls liked. This was the one film, the one princess Disney film that boys liked, and they were cool for liking it. I still remember being a kid, and you know, we were a boy and you didn't like The Little Mermaid because it was for girls, or Pocahontas because it was for girls. But Beauty and the Beast really trimmed out that line. It really actually erased it for most. While a lot of people like to talk about the songs in this film, the Beauty and the Beast song, the No One's Like Gaston song, the Mob song, the Be Human Again song, I like the score by Alan Menken. This score is beautiful, it is grandiose, it is sophisticated, it brings so much fantasy to life, it immerses you so much into this world. And let's just start with the prologue music, the piano music that really sinks you in into this world and lets you in on the world building of what is going on. I just love that beginning so much. The music and the visuals with the glass paintings, it's just so freaking gorgeous, and it tells you right off that you are about to see a great film, because not only it is beautifully animated in terms of color, but remember, this is 1991. This is a film that is completely hand-drawn. Every cell, every frame of this film, someone drew it on a piece of paper and then transferred it over to a computer to make it animated. It put the frames together and they created this fantastic film. I love the first official song in the film, sang by Belle as she's traversing the village, and she tells her story, she tells who she is, she brings herself out into us, the audience, to see if we like her, if we don't like her, to see that she is so different from anyone in the village. We're going to talk about Gaston in a little bit. I know all of you want to hear about Gaston because everyone loves Gaston. I just love Belle in every single second of this incredible introduction scene. To many of us, she is like us. She is the one who sees herself in a much more broader place, a much more open-minded place than that is her village. In this village, everyone is very simple, and there's nothing wrong with that. What is wrong is that everyone has their job and they just want to do their job and they don't dream about anything big. And that really leaves people close-minded, and you see that throughout this introduction scene. We also get to meet her father, and then we see how she is such an open-minded person, because her father is also seen as kind of a crazy man, and Belle is not seen as a crazy person as well because, well, she is beautiful. And that's, again, a reason to see the superficiality and the close-mindedness of this village. They all see her as this beautiful person on the outside, so they don't care if she's crazy. But Maurice, a fat, small, old man, yeah, he's crazy. And before we go to Gaston, let's talk about the animation in general in this film, because I gave an example with the beginning, but let's just look onto maybe the greatest animated number in any animated film ever.
Be our guest. Be our guest, put our service to the test. Tie your napkin round your neck, Sherry, and we provide the rest.
This musical segment is so incredible. Let's remember again how every single frame is drawn by people. Hand-drawn, and they drew all of the Be Our Guest segment to bring it to life, and they do bring it to life in such spectacular fashion. The animation in the castle, in the characters, brings so much life to everything. It is sinister, but at the same time enchanting, and you want to traverse more into this castle.
Ah, so that's the West Wing.
You are as curious as Belle in these segments. When she is in pain, you are in pain. When she is curious and happy and she wants to find more about this castle and what really happened in this with these characters that she finds in here, you are just in her place. You are with her. And when she goes and finds the rose and she tries to take it out, the beast is in so much pain.
Why did you come here?
I'm sorry.
I warned you never to come here!
I didn't mean any harm.
Do you realize what you could have done?
Please, stop!
Get out!
No!
Get out!
He just lashes out at her like he did with the world. And speaking of the beast, one of the most badass looking characters in ever, I love this character. And I was very afraid of him when I was a little boy. I used to watch this film in my living room alone.
Hello?
And when the beast came on in the first introduction scene when Maurice first finds the castle, holy shit, the beast comes in all black on all fours. We just see his fur all raised up and his eyes in the dark and his teeth. It is so freaking scary. But at the same time, the animation tells a beautiful story onto itself. The beast has a lot of depth into his eyes. He has those reflections that you see in not all of the characters in this film, and that's what we're going to talk about in a little bit. The beast is incredibly animated and an incredible character for storytelling in the way he subtly changes from furious to happy to whimsical to sad. Every major scene, every character moment with this character is incredible and beats right down the right way. Talking about how badass the beast is, and again with the score, one of my favorite scenes in this film is when Belle tries to run away after she touches the rose, after Beast tries to expel her in his anger, and she runs away and she's entrapped by wolves. And as soon as one wolf jumps into her, and after that roar, he just goes out and kicks the crap out of every single wolf, and it's incredible. From then on, we do get a montage of their love story and how their love grows, their relationship grows, but it's kind of a long montage, and to me, that's why it works. I'm always complaining about many montages in films, and in a few films it does work because they know how to introduce montages, and montages are the right thing to put in a film. But in this, because it is so long, because we get pauses in between this montage, it works very well. We get the Be Human Again story, you get him showing Belle the library, it just works. We get them dressing up for their ball dance, and it's just incredible. And I cannot talk about the dance scene without mentioning the animation.
Tale as old as time.
Geekies, it's 1990 where they were making this film. How can this animation be so gorgeous? If we were talking about a live action film, oh my god, let me just put it in those terms. The shots there are in this film, the camera movements that we can find in here in 1990 when this film was being put together. It boggles my mind how so many animations lack the talent, the uniqueness, the visual brilliance of Beauty and the Beast. From then on, we go to Beast showing a little bit of sympathy for Belle and showing her father in the mirror. And after she sees her father, that he is in pain, that he is sick, she goes back to the village, and here we see Beast showing mercy for the first time, thinking not of himself first, but of her, because he has learned to love. And in this, we get the catharsis of the whole movie. Just when Beast has slowly but surely become human, we see Gaston and the other villagers becoming complete beast. And we get an incredible fight sequence in the castle. We get an incredible fight sequence in the towers, in the roof of the castle between Beast and Gaston. And again, the score from Alan Menken comes in. Before I go into more detail about the last fight scene in the film and what I want to say about it, let's go into Gaston, our main villain.
There's no man in town as admired as you. You're everyone's favorite guy. Everyone's awed and inspired by you. And it's not very hard to see why.
And since we're talking about Gaston, before really moving on, let's mention something in here. Lefou. So we all know the controversy about this new version of Beauty and the Beast when it comes to Lefou, right? I told you many times, and I will say it again, I am the stupidest person of the planet. Lefou has always been gay. Am I the only one who ever thought that? Even as a 5-year-old, I knew that Lefou was gay. I have learned in so many years of loving this film and watching it that not many people realize the significance of that song and its lyrics. Let's look at Gaston. Let's look at him, let's think of how he is psychologically, let's think of everything that defines his character, and put him in any other classic Disney film where there's a prince and a princess. Gaston would definitely be the hero, and you don't need to change anything about him. To me, that's the genius of this character. The way he looks, the way he thinks, the way he acts around other people, the way he thinks of himself. In any other Disney film where there's a princess and a prince, Gaston would most definitely be the hero, and that's to me why he fits so well into this film. Remember what I told you about the eyes of the beast? Let's look into the eyes of Gaston and right away go into the battle in the tower. When the moment comes where Gaston is looking for the beast and he is hiding amongst the statues at the top of the castle, and Gaston completely goes mad and he's mocking the beast for falling over for Belle, and Gaston just claims, "Belle is mine!" Look into his eyes in that scene. His eyes are a simple color of blue, no layers about it. There's the iris in the eye, and then there's the blue line around it. That guy is superficial as fuck, and he has the same colored eyes as the beast. See how genius this movie is. And I'm going to repeat myself. Throughout this entire fight scene on the tower, the score by Alan Menken is so epic. I just love to hear this music all day long, close my eyes, and think about this fight scene on the castle. Gaston with a club in his hand taken from a statue, and the beast grabbing onto him, holding him by his collar, and Gaston all filled with crap that he just soiled himself. He is asking for mercy. He's asking for the beast to spare his life. And the beast, with everything he has learned throughout this film, with everything he has seen, he has done throughout this film, he has pity on Gaston and he just asks him to leave.
Get out.
Right after this, we get a beautiful moment in every single way. In animation, in the score, in the facial expressions of our characters. The beast climbs up to Belle, and he just can't believe that she even came back for him. Even to him, where he kind of believed that she loved him just like he did hers, he still can't believe that she is back for him. And as a kid, I was not expecting what followed.
You came back.
Oh my god, when that happened. Oh my god. Before we move on, let's take a look back into that again, because this is the genius of the animation. Let's look into when Gaston falls over and he looks down. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see the skull in his eyes? That's the incredible animation in this film, goddammit! This moment where the Beast is dying and he admits his feelings for Belle without being ever afraid of being rejected or without caring about the curse of how he looks, this is the moment where our character is fully realized, or at least when we as an audience realize that he has completed his arc. And after that, the incredible transformation sequence where the Beast starts to become a human again. And then, the score from Alan Menken is fucking epic. I still remember as a kid watching this sequence and being in awe looking at it, and then the Beast turns and holy shit, he does not look badass anymore. I like the hair, as you can see, but he doesn't look like a badass anymore, does he? It's still beautiful when he kisses Belle, and it's still beautiful the final dance that they have, and we see all our characters that we fell in love with throughout the film, and they are human again, and we get an incredible ending sequence to this film. Gorgeously animated, it's beautifully told. This film has stood the test of time. It still holds up as good as it did when it first came out. All the characters are fully realized. We had an incredible villain. We had a great love story, a love story that both boys and girls can like. We had an impressive, incredible, beautiful score, amazing animation, and a film that stands the test of time in its visuals, in its audibles, in everything. And it's not by chance that this movie broke conventions and it was nominated for a Best Picture Academy Award. Because Beauty and the Beast is a timeless movie. Beauty and the Beast has a timeless story with timeless characters with a timeless score. Because Beauty and the Beast is the stuff that dreams are made of. What do you think of the classic 1991 Beauty and the Beast, my beautiful geekies? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you looking forward to the new version live action with low or high expectations? Let me know all of that in the comments below, and go join the beautiful geeky community Facebook group. The link is in the description if you haven't done so yet. And also send me anything you want. Talk to me through my email, send me fan art through my email, anything you want to send me, anything you want to talk about, my email is in the description. My beautiful geekies, you guys are the freaking best. I love you all so much. So you stay beautiful, you stay geeky, and if you haven't done so yet, click subscribe and the bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a video, and we can be geeky united!